In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the track bar bushings on this Dodge Ram 2500. Let's get started. These bushings should be done in pairs. There's one on each end, and for that you're going to have to remove the track bar, and that's exactly what I will do. It's also a lot easier to replace them when it's off the vehicle. Because my bolt is very stuck, I'm going to add some heat to it. I have an induction heater. If you're using a torch with an open flame, be very careful as to where you point it. Just going to get this nice and hot and then try to break it free again. All right, let's try this again now that it's hot. Use a 21mm socket. There we go. And the bolt is spinning, which is perfect. That means it's not seized in the bushing. That mounting nut is staying in place, which is exactly what we need. Which means, at this point, I can probably put my impact with a swivel back on it and remove it the rest of the way. And there's that tab that I was talking about. This is supposed to hold the mounting nut, so once it goes back around, you don't have to hold the nut. The whole front end might shift, just so you know. On the other side of the track bar, you'll see the same setup with a 21mm headed bolt and a mounting nut on the back side. That one also has a tab that's supposed to hold it. Let's see if this one breaks free. The advantage here is if you turn your steering wheel towards the right side a little bit, you'll have access straight through this with a deep socket. From the back side, you can remove this mounting nut and inspect it. If it's completely rotted, replace it. This one is rusty, but in reusable condition, so I'll put it aside with the bolt. Of course, do the same with the bolts. If they're rusty, remove them and replace them. Now you can pull on the track bar. Might need a pry bar to help me out here, but this should start wiggling out of its spot. Drop it down, and there it is. I'm going to use a wire brush because this is pretty rusted here and just clean up around it. The bushing has a lip on the bottom, so I set it up so it can come down and out of this track bar, but obviously it's pretty swollen here from the rust, so I just want to clean it up so that it can come out the easiest it can possibly come out. We're going to have to press this bushing from the top down. Like I said earlier, this lip here will obviously prevent it from going up. So I have a cup that is going to be my receiving cup. I'm, by the way, using a ball joint press for this. If you have a bushing press, you can use that. But the receiving cup needs to be larger than this area, but not too big because it's going to have to sit on the track bar like this. On the top, I'm going to use just a flat adapter here. Once the bushing is flat and parallel with the, or even with the track bar, I'll obviously have to find something else, but for now, this will do the job. And to clamp all of this together and press it out, I'm going to use the ball joint press. Going to have to set this up nice and centered, of course. Flip it over to this side so it can lean on the vise. Let's tighten up the ball joint press, and this should get pushed out. All right, let's back this off. It's flush with the track bar, so we'll have to find a different setup. actually, it popped out. So that works. I can probably just hit it with a hammer. There we go. Let's drive it the rest of the way. Wipe this off. And once you get it cleaned up, inspect the surface. Obviously, if this is completely rotted, do not reuse the track bar. Replace it. In my case, it's in great shape, just a little rusty on the outside. Doesn't matter. I'm going to take some 400 grit sandpaper and just very, very lightly sand down the edges here, especially on the bottom where the bushing will go up and into. That way it doesn't have a sharp edge when the bushing gets pressed in, and it can slide in nice and smooth. Don't sand it down a lot. I just want to remove the rust and, like I said, the sharp edge, and if there's any rust in the center here, that'll take care of that as well. And then we can install the new bushing. Okay, wipe it off one more time. And there we go. If you look at the old bushing carefully, and if you didn't already notice, the track bar sat about halfway on it, so you want to make sure you do not push this all the way in. If you push it all the way in, you're going to have to back it back out, and sometimes that can damage the bushing. So just try to drive it up about halfway, stop, inspect. You can always compare to the old one if yours is still in, well, decent shape like this one. Sometimes they do get completely destroyed taking them out, in which case just be careful how much you put this one in. I have the bushing in the press. I'm going to set it up in here, basically reversing the setup. So I have a receiving cup up top, pressing up from the bottom. Make sure it's as even as you can get it, and we'll just start pressing it up. If it's not even and goes at an angle, you could actually damage the bushing, so just be careful. Just check up against the old one once you're done pressing in the new one. This one's spot on, so that's perfect. If yours is too far down or too far up, adjust accordingly. And now, if you had a vise, take it out. The same bushing with the same process applies to the other side. Always do them in pairs. Bring the track bar in and line it up on one side. Have a bolt ready. You may or may not need a pry bar to line this side up. There we go. Don't worry about the mounting nut yet. The differential has shifted for me this way when I undid the track bar, so I'm going to have to push it back that way, and the best way to do it is with a heavy-duty strap. So I'm going to hook it on to the differential on the bottom. I have it hooked up on the frame on the top, on the other end. I'm just going to ratchet this until the entire front end shifts back to where it needs to be. And to verify it, what we can do is as I ratchet it, I'm going to bring the track bar up, and you'll see obviously right now it does not line up. I'm going to push it until it does, or at least gets very close. Then I'll stick the bolt through to get it locked in there. Get this strapped up tight. Okay, that's tight. Let's keep ratcheting. I'm very close at this point, so I'm going to put the track bar up, stick the bolt through. If it's not perfect, you can either use a pry bar and align things better, or tap it in with the hammer. There it goes. Both bolts are in, so I can remove my strap now. There we go. The bolt is in, but I don't have the mounting nut in yet. As you remember, I just stuck it in to basically hold this track bar in place. So I'm going to back it out. That way I can stick this behind it. This, having such a long tab, is going to be useful, so I can basically line it up from down here. Because there's so much pressure on this bolt from the track bar being installed, I'm able to just back it out like that with its threads. And this is going to be the tricky part, getting this lined up. I got it. Okay, I don't want to tighten it all the way though. It's snug now, so I'm going to back it off a little. These are supposed to be tightened at right height, so once I get the other side installed, we'll lift up this differential. All right, now for the other bolt, get your mounting nut ready, thread on the bolt. That should start it onto its threads. Go slow so it doesn't cross thread, and that's getting close to being bottomed out. So I'll leave it right here. Once again, I don't want to completely squish it so that this can move and set itself to right height. Having said that, let's bring the truck down. I'm on a lift. If you're already on the ground, then you don't really have much else to do other than tighten it, but I have to push the differential up at right height. Now the torque for this will be different if you have an M14 or an M16 bolt. So for the M14, that's the width of the bolt, it's going to be 150 foot-pounds. If you have an M16, the bigger bolt, you're going to torque these to 200 foot-pounds. That's one. And let's go to the other one. Torque that one as well to the same torque, whichever one applies to you. There we go, that's tight.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.